Athletes Quay Miller and Jaylyn Sherrod. I'd also like to introduce Buffalo's media relation contact, Seth Pringle. If you have any questions about the Buffaloes, you can contact Seth. And then also, as a reminder, Colorado's locker room is open for interviews until 12:55 p.m. As a courtesy to your fellow media members and student athletes, please turn your cell phones and smartwatches to silent mode. For those asking questions, please raise your hand and wait for Gunnar to hand you the microphone, and identify yourself and your organization when you ask your question. If you are joining us via Zoom, please use the raise hand function in that platform, and once all in-person questions have been asked, we will move on to the Zoom, time permitting. Recording of press conferences on cell phones or cameras is prohibited. Hammond Communications will post a recording of this presser in the NCAA Digital Media Hub located at ncaa.veritone.com. Transcripts are also provided by ASAP and will be posted shortly after the conclusion of the press conference. We now open it up to questions for the student athletes.
David Smale, Associated Press. Tomorrow is likely to be sold out. Let's talk about what it's going to be like to play in front of a packed house.
We've done it before in some of our games in Boulder, and it's just a wonderful environment to play in. And I think that we enjoy playing in those type of environments. So personally, I'm excited. I'm sure everyone is.
Jaylyn?
Yeah, I think it's just a great opportunity at the end of the day, and we feed off of that, so I think it'll be pretty cool.
Your game tomorrow, it's probably not going to be one-sided for you, like Portland is going to have to face. If the crowd gets behind Drake, for example, how do you adjust to that?
Go ahead, Quay.
Just making sure we draw in closer with each other, focusing more on executing, and really just focusing more on us. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's about us, and we played in hostile environments before in the pack, so I think like it's nothing that we haven't seen before.
What does Drake create problems for you? How does Drake create problems for you?
Jaylyn, why don't you go first?
Yeah, I mean, they're just a very systematic team, and we know that pretty much they're going to be who they are, and we just have to be able to match up with that.
Go ahead.
Just really excited to play a team that we don't often see. So I think that within itself will be different for us because we're used to knowing our opponent before having to play them and being more familiar with their style of play and who they are.
And my final question is, you guys had a losing streak towards the end of the season. Do you feel like you've turned things around and you're ready to start winning again? Or is some of that doubt maybe still lingering in your mind?
Go ahead, Quay.
I don't think it was ever a sense of doubt. I think that we just sometimes squaz onto what we wanted to do, which was win too tightly. And I think that with that being said, that we realized that going forward that it's really us, like focusing on what we do, how we execute, our focus, and knowing that, I think that that gave us confidence, knowing that it's just minor tweaks in watching film and displaying in practice that we can attack these things.
Jaylyn?
Yeah, I don't really think it was ever a doubt about what was going on or how we felt as a ball club. I think every game we kind of went out there and we got better and we started playing better basketball around the end of the season. So I think we're in a good place.
Go to the second row in the middle here.
Hey guys, Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. It's your second straight year playing against a smaller school who's won a ton of games. You guys handled it really well last year. Do you think that experience helps you knowing that you have to have your guard up right from the opening tip on Friday?
Jaylyn, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, teams are in the tournament for a reason, so you respect everybody that you go up against. And Drake is a really good school and a really good team, so I think at the end of the day, really, and I know we said it a lot, but it's about us.
Quay?
Yeah, like Jaylyn said, everyone who's made this tournament is very good. So definitely not underestimating anybody, and just I don't know, just really looking forward to playing a different team, like a new team from a different conference. It doesn't matter what conference they're from. They're in the tournament, and everybody is trying to win at the end of the day.
Jaylyn, I know you kind of answered this on Sunday, but what does the sense of urgency look like for you guys and like Charlotte and Maddie, the seniors, knowing that any day could be it for you guys?
I haven't really looked at it like that. I've really been with my feet are at this past week, just taking in every moment, and really realizing, that could have been my last practice back in Boulder, but I don't really look at it like that, because it's always more to do. But I think, it's just it is what it is. I know that's what I'm up against, but I'm not really paying much attention to it. I'm just ready to get out there and compete again.
Yeah, I think being what Jaylyn said, being where our feet are is a big focal point of ours. Like not just us as seniors, but that's just kind of what we're about as a program. Because anything else that we're worried about is outside of our control. So just focusing on Drake and being able to beat a team like that is just where my head has been, and I'm not really focused on anything outside of that.
Go to the front on the left.
Mitch Fortner, KMN Radio here in Manhattan. Like what David said, there's going to be a ton of people here probably seeing Colorado basketball for the first time this year. What would you say, with Quay here, what would you say is the identity of Colorado basketball? What do you guys do best?
What we do best. It's hard because I play for them. So I feel like we do a lot. Almost everything we do is our best. But I would say that just our mentality, I think that we have the ability to, I don't know, it's hard to explain because early in the season we were the talk around a lot, and I feel like now our backs are against the wall again, and I think that when we're able to go back to that mode is when we're at our best, having our back against the wall and having a big crowd that's rooting against us. I think our ability to play through that and stick together through that is our best attribute.
Jaylyn, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would just say we really are a team that prides ourselves on being hardworking, disciplined, and tough. And I know that's really our core, what we want to do and what we want to be every night. And at the end of the day, too, I think just going into hostile environments or in general being the underdogs is a place that we really succeed in because we like a challenge and we like to be the team that people kind of look over. And I think we're back in that position with how we finish the season. So I'm really excited about where we're at.
Stay here on the front left.
So I want to go back to what you said about backs against the wall, and I apologize if you asked this on Selection Sunday, but you're like with K-State, where you could have been a 4 or a 5. Bracketology said you guys might be a 4, but you end up being a 5. Do you think that adds to backs against the wall? Were you upset that you didn't get that 4, and now you're taking this into tomorrow?
I think that it's just been a privilege and an honor to be able to enter the tournament, regardless of if we're hosting or playing, just being able to keep playing and having everyone that we started this season with be healthy enough to be in the postseason with us. Obviously, we want to host. I haven't experienced that in my years, but I really am just grateful for the opportunity to keep playing with who I've started my season with.
Any other questions? All right, ladies, thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. drive. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, we now welcome Colorado head coach JR Payne to the dais and open the floor up to questions. Go ahead, right here in the middle.
Hi, JR. Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. Jaylyn and Quay, they both just talked about being where their feet are this week in terms of not thinking about the end of their careers, not looking ahead of the next game. Does that mentality kind of come from you? Does it come from them? Where does that kind of start on your team?
Yeah, I think it's a kind of a core identity of our program is that we're just trying to be great every single day, no matter what we're doing, no matter, whether we're in the weight room, conditioning in the summer, practicing, have a big game, don't have a game. Our mindset is just to prioritize being excellent, each and every day. And so I think it stems from that. So if we're in Manhattan, Kansas, playing Drake, that's all that matters to us. And I think our team does a great job of doing that.
How are you guys feeling now that you're here? You've got to practice in the arena. What's kind of the vibe you guys feeling positive going into tomorrow?
Yeah, totally positive, very excited. I think everyone's just excited to be in March Madness. So happy that our men won last night. That was awesome. We got to watch that, celebrate that. We kind of feel like it's our turn now, to be able to put on a uniform and play. But yeah, it's March Madness. To most of us, it's the best time of the year.
Go to the front right.
David Smale, Associated Press. Talk about your expectation of the atmosphere tomorrow. If not sold out, very, very close. In your game, it won't be quite as impactful unless you both advance and play K-State on Sunday. But just talk about coaching an environment with a packed house.
Yeah, it's awesome. Every coach and every player wants to play in that type of environment. As Quay alluded to, we've had some in Boulder. We've had several in the Pac-12. And so we're very comfortable in those environments. It's awesome. I think it's what every kid grows up wanting to do. To experience March Madness in a packed house is what everybody lives for. So it's going to be really fun.
Go to the front left here.
Mitch Fortner came in radio here in Manhattan. Two questions you can answer at the same time. Just your thoughts on playing this last season in the Pac-12, and then you're going to be playing in the Big 12 arena these next couple of days. Just your thoughts on joining the Big 12 next year.
Yeah, I'll start by saying just what an honor and privilege it's been to be a member of the Pac-12 Conference. I believe that the Conference of Champions is the exact appropriate name for what the Pac-12 has been. It has been exceptional academically. It's been exceptional athletically. The support we have provided our student athletes has been second to none. And so I think all of us have really felt honored to be a part of that. With that being said, we're going to keep playing this March Madness season as Pac-12 reps, and I know the coaches in the Pac-12 are very united in that. We'll continue to support each other all the way, through the final game. After that, we are also equally excited to be a part of the Big 12 Conference. It's been one that a lot of us have watched over the years and seen a tremendous amount of success across all sports. We were actually, while we talked about not being able to host, we were very disappointed to not get to host in Boulder. But on the flip side, it's actually pretty cool to get to go to a Big 12, school and be able to see this environment and the community and start to get a little taste of what that's going to be.
Any other questions for Coach? Go right here in the middle.
I'll go back to your seniors, and not to think about the emotional side, but have you noticed a sense of urgency there's a lot of them on the roster. Have you noticed an increased sense of urgency among them that now any day can kind of be their last?
I think our team has done a great job, our seniors in particular, of playing and training with that sense of urgency all year long. So because it's part of our DNA to just focus where we are and try to be great, every day, I haven't really, there is no difference. Like, they're as great today I expect them to be as great today in practice as they were, at the end of July when we were in the weight room and conditioning and things like that. So everyone knows, that this could be your last practice, tomorrow could be your last game. Everybody knows that. So I think our group has done a great job all year long of having that sense of urgency.
Anything else for Coach?
All right.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. As a reminder, Colorado's locker room is open until 12:55. Colorado's practice, the first 15 minutes will be open beginning at 1:10. Our next press conference in here will be Portland players at 2:05.